8:30 on Friday, June the 12th, and it's morning briefing time. First of all, no changes to the National Terrorism Advisory System overnight. Snapshot of what's going on around the region. You do see the updated numbers from Monday of the unaccompanied children. We have 2 disaster declarations, one for Texas and one for Oklahoma. You do see the update of the ongoing damage assessments in both IA and PA. And no fire management grants to talk about this morning. As we go over to the geo platform this morning, got a little rain out there. Kurt from the Weather Show is going to talk about that in just a moment. Before we go there, status of our state EOCs. Oklahoma and Louisiana are level 3. You see those in red there. Texas, New Mexico, and Arkansas are at level 4, steady state, as is the region here. You do see our IMATs deployed both to Oklahoma and Texas. Updated the shelters this morning. Arkansas still has 1 shelter for 4 occupants. Louisiana, 2 shelters for 5 occupants. And Texas, 6 shelters for 66. All of our power outages are below 1,000 now. As we take a look at what's going on around the rivers this morning, we'll shift over to the Red River this morning. At Coshada, you see where the gauge is right here. Shreveport continues to fall slowly. It's down about a half a foot from yesterday, and is forecast to be at 34 feet on Monday and continue to fall. Here at Coshada, the crest was at 38.8 feet, and that was a lot of flooding of agricultural areas. You see it here. No reports of homes, but there's a lot of backwater flooding up in these bayous and stuff like that. But again, no impacts on homes that we know of at this time. A couple of state highways are closed and several secondary roads have been closed. And of course, cattle and agricultural equipment near the river had to be moved to higher ground. As we go a little bit downstream to Alexandria, Grand Ecor, which is Natchitoches, and that is expected to crest now on Saturday. They've moved the crest back a little bit, and right now it's at 41.7 feet, and expected to crest tomorrow at 42.5. Record is 44.7. Thousands of acres of agricultural land will be flooded, and you can see that here. Lots of agricultural land. There'll be backwater flooding along Bayou Pierre, and then Bayou Lat, Black, Clear, and Saline, and the Natchitoches bayous. Some of the low water levees will be overflowed into the agricultural area, and Highway 9 will be closed, and water will reach the rail bed for the Kansas and Southern. Next one downstream will be Alexandria, and that is expected to crest on Monday at 38 feet. It is currently at just under 35 feet, and that will be at moderate flood stage. So now we'll switch back over to the main map and turn it over.
Okay, thank you very much, Paul. We do have a little bit of color on the map. We have a complex of thunderstorms going through Texas, Oklahoma Panhandle down to impacting the I-35 corridor this morning, and we'll expect that activity to continue today. We do have a slight risk for severe weather out in that area for later on this afternoon and evening. In the green shaded area out there, there's a flash flood watch for the Texas and Oklahoma Panhandle, as Texas. Surrounding that, there's a marginal risk in Mexico. And we'll continue to see periodic strong thunderstorms hopefully for Sunday. The big story is going to be the heavy rainfall potential. Right now, it looks like we have two distinct areas of heavy rainfall centered on West Texas, western Oklahoma, and back into northwest Texas and the Texas Panhandle. And then another area of southern Louisiana down into extreme southeast Texas. And we included that area today. Really, it looks like it's going to be a late start today, probably more like into Saturday and extending on through Monday and then lingering into Tuesday. So I just wanted to highlight those areas again: western Oklahoma, northwest Texas, Texas Panhandle, and south Louisiana into southeast Texas for heavy rainfall potential. So most likely we'll see some flash flooding in some areas, and it could impact some metro areas from Lake Charles on into the Houston metro area, possibly down towards Corpus Christi. Again, we're carrying the river flooding threat as the rivers from the sea. No activity in the tropical Atlantic or Gulf of Mexico right now, so nothing to worry about there. Carlos is off the west coast of Mexico and should not be of any impact to the regions in the next 5 days. If we go on to the next slide, we'll talk a little bit about this. You can see the area out in West Texas for the heavy rainfall and severe storm potential. Mainly a wind damage and hail threat, pretty low on the tornadic threat, but there might be an isolated tornado or two in there. And again, the areas that we're watching the water proceed on the main Red River, Trinity, and Oasis, and that will continue all the way through the week. But I do want to stop here and actually on the next slide, we'll talk about some of the flash flooding impacts. The 24-hour precipitation forecast shows that bullseye of about 3.5 inches there out toward Childress in northwest Texas and southwest Oklahoma. What that's going to do is it's going to cause some flash flooding issues out there in that region today and tomorrow. And we're going to see over the next 5 days that the front stalls out, we get moisture pumped up in there, kind of like what we saw back in May as far as a 5-day rainfall total. We're looking anywhere between 5 to 7, possibly 10 inches of rainfall in northern Oklahoma by the time we get midweek next week. And that's a lot of rainfall in that basin. The good news is the flash flooding effects should be fairly temporary, and as the bullseyes move around. But the problem we're going to see is that all drains into like the Arkansas and the Red River, and that water is going to have to make its way downstream into Louisiana. So it's probably going to have some effects down past Haynesville on into Louisiana as that water makes its way through the main stem rivers. Probably the main impacts are going to be some rises on the Red River, maybe into a minor to moderate flood at certain places. If we see
you have a question for the Weather Service, type it in the chat window. If you're on the phone, ask your question. In the meantime, we will take a look at the meetings. Oh, meetings are all done for this week. The pop quiz for today. What is the main reason for a hurricane to weaken over land? Exactly. The lack of moisture. And there's a picture of a hurricane, Katrina. So, any questions this morning? And Kurt, I did notice you, the computer microphone was just a little bit garbly today. I still heard you, but it was a little garbly. Any questions this morning? Go ahead.
Have to replace them. Thanks for the feedback.
Yep. All right, everyone. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday.